Hey, what's going on, YouTube? It is Josh, and I wanted to come to you today and talk to you about a few interesting, an article that I found interesting that I wanted to share with you guys in case you hadn't seen it. The article was on just the ever expanding uh, market capitalization of the major tech companies, just how large they're ballooning in terms of just the bubble that's being created in these tech stocks in the markets, and also what that does to other assets that might be hedging against those bets in the stock market, and how other commodities are being affected by it, and what that means for other currencies, other cryptocurrencies, other forms of actual money like gold, silver. I just found this article to be incredibly interesting, and the fact that the Fed is just printing so much money, it is going directly into the stock market. These tech companies are being blown up to epic proportions beyond affordable, beyond affordable, I should say. They nobody can afford to buy these things, and really it's just a gambling casino at this point, trying to put your money and chase these stocks around. So today, Apple was up more than $170 billion. $170 billion. That's just today. That is insane. That is more than the entire market cap of Oracle, a huge software company, more than the GDP of the entire country of Hungary. Apple's value increase today would be the 33rd biggest company in the S&P 500. Just its increase today would be the 33rd largest company on the S&P 500. That is crazy. These valuations are insane. Apple's phones are ridiculously priced. The only way that anybody can afford to buy them is by putting them on some sort of credit card, or having some sort of monthly payment plan where they pay it off over 2 or 3 years, because it is insane. Not only Apple, Facebook, another one that is just at astronomical prices. Microsoft, Google, Amazon, these companies are outrageously overpriced. They are incredibly overvalued, and I fear the downfall that they are going to have. I would, and this is not financial advice. As you guys know, this is certainly not a financial channel. I don't give financial advice. But for me, the run-up that these companies have had is just astonishing, and I really don't want any part of it. So when you look in correlation to those companies and how much they have gone up, you see what's also happening to something like some of the other commodities, like gold. The spot price of gold has just broken a record high. It is now at all-time highs. I believe it touched 19, I think it was at somewhere around 1950 today. And so gold is at an all-time high at the same time that you have some of these markets at all-time highs. That's weird. That's actually contrary to how things normally work. Most of the time what happens is when these markets are being inflated, when there's a massive, I would say, recession coming, depression, when people are hurting, there's close to 50 million people unemployed, when things are bad, as they are right now, normally the market's plunging and gold is skyrocketing. So to see them both moving together is interesting. It only tells me one thing. It tells me that the money that the Fed is just printing out of thin air, increasing our national debt, just a currency that is being put into the system, is going directly into these tech companies and into the market to blow up that bubble. The stock market is now a massive, massive, massive bubble. Huge. And gold has just now reached a record high. And you can see here that it's at its all-time high that it's been in the last 9-10 years, right? And I think this is just the beginning for gold. I see a long, long way to run with it. But the interesting thing about gold is when you compare it to the M2 money supply, the amount of dollars that's being created every single day, just in the United States alone, the actual price of gold should somewhere be close to around $30,000. $30,000 would almost be a fair price for gold at this point. So it is massively undervalued. But not just gold. The thing that I want to talk about more is the silver spot price. Now, silver, as everyone knows, is gold's baby brother. And silver is, I believe, the most undervalued asset in the entire world. There is no, for me, they're looking, and from what I can see, there is no better investment opportunity than in not only in the metals, but specifically in silver. Silver is massively underpriced, currently sitting at $24 an ounce. And that's after a huge run up over the last couple, I guess, couple of months. It went up probably $3, $4, $5. And so what I'm seeing is silver has reached $50 twice in the past. Once in 1980, and previously again, I believe it was in what 2010 roughly. Silver has an unbelievable way to run. Not only is silver uh, one of the most widely used commodities on the planet, maybe next to oil. It's used in over has over 10,000 different uses. There's many arguments why silver might even be more of a precious metal than even gold. There's less of it above ground than there is gold. It has more industrial uses. It's used far more widely than gold is. Gold is more for say jewelry or things of that nature. But silver is used in all kinds of different things. It's used in cell phones. It's used in mirrors. It's used in spaceships. It's used in. You could use it as soap. You could use it as. I mean, people. You hear about people doing silver if they're feeling bad. I mean, there's all kinds of different uses for silver. So, what I want to say on that is, I think that silver not only could reach its $50 previous high here very shortly, but I think silver, if you look at the amount of money that's being printed right now, just this year, and the M2 money supply in the United States alone, versus the amount of annually mined silver that comes out of the ground each year, the actual price of silver should be close to $4,000, and that's just in the U.S. alone. Only in the U.S. alone. That's it. If you added in how much money China's printing, how much money the UK is printing, how much money some of these other countries are printing, the price of silver should actually be closer to, gosh, I don't know, 10,000, 20,000. I mean, an obscene amount. And the fact that it's still at $24, I believe is an incredible buy. But anyways, I just wanted to touch on that briefly. This article that I found incredibly interesting, how we now have markets at all-time highs. We have tech stocks reaching new high after new high. Just the amount of money that is being pumped into these companies is insane. And also to see the metals moving along with that is interesting. Normally they move opposite. As the stock market, normally the stock market will go down when times are tough and the metals will skyrocket. Well, now they're both going up together, which is weird. Because to me, the market should be somewhere down around 12, 13, 14,000, I would say, maybe even 10,000 or less. As as we continue to just print more money, as more and more people are continuing to be unemployed, there's less people in the workforce. There's just so many arguments why this market is way overvalued and the metal should be incredibly higher. So, anyways, I just wanted to hop on real quick, make a quick video on an article that I found incredibly interesting, and I'll probably make another video here shortly regarding how the unemployment benefit just ended. So the additional $600 that people were getting, that is now over as of today, and currently, Congress is taking the weekend, so who knows what's going to happen with that. But I think I'll make a video on that, and also another video on an update on the stimulus package as well. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you. This is Josh, and if you would hit that subscribe button, and of course hit the bell for notifications. I will be coming out with much more content. Thank you.